So we are almost to the end of 2022, but yet I continue to get some of the same questions. What is going on with the child tax credit payments? What other legislation is Congress planning on passing? And are we ever going to see that $200 per month boost to Social Security and to all recipients? Well, let's touch on that. But here's what I want to also address. Since August 2022, lawmakers have had a very clear goal. Their plan was to work hand in hand with Republicans to address all these different issues, to pass the expansion of the child tax credit payments. They also planned on increasing the debt limit. Those are their goals. They also want to pass immigration reform to cut down on the issues that we are seeing down at the border. Well, here's what I can tell you. None of these things happened. None. Lawmakers wanted to provide the child tax credit payments, but Democrats said that was a no because they couldn't reach an agreement with Republicans on the corporate tax breaks. That was true. Republicans knew that waiting until 2023 would actually give them more power as to when Democrats wanted to raise the debt limit because we need to. Well, Democrats are going to be under more pressure. And so we waited. Right now, Congress is not in Washington. They're back home. They're back home with their family, celebrating the holidays. They will come back in about a week. And as for everything going down at the border, if you've seen the news, you know what's going on. It is a mess. It is complete chaos. And it's not getting better. Now, that's not it. Multiple Democrats publicly came out and said that President Biden needs to keep his promises. What his promises, the promises that he made when he was running for president, he needs to keep those. And any new promises, he must stand by them. Okay. So they bashed him. They bashed him for not being able to pass student loan forgiveness. Then he finally was able to, put that in motion, but now it's blocked. And this is what many people expected. This is what I was expecting as well. We were going to see student loan forgiveness be addressed right before the midterm election. That's exactly what happened. However, it is still on hold. But that wasn't the only thing that he promised. He also promised $200 per month to Social Security recipients. Now, let's talk about these things. First, lawmakers said that they will pick right back up where they left off in this new Congress when they come back in January. But I want to be very clear on this. According to experts, there's no real rush to get the child tax credit payments extended. There's no rush. The reason why? They say there's only one reason why we would be in an increased need for discussions on the child tax credit payments, and that is if we end up in a recession, which is expected. Okay. Because if we end up in a recession, families are likely to need additional help. But not just families, individuals, elderly, everybody is going to need some help to get through this tough time. And experts also believe that Republicans know this. And when we do end up in a recession, Republicans are going to have more leverage over Democrats because they're also going to hold the majority in the House. That's the real problem. Okay? So let's address the $200 per month boost to Social Security recipients, because I know a lot of people want to know what's going on there, and are we going to see this even discussed moving forward? Well, this was a campaign promise that President Biden had. He's had 2 years to address this, but yet nothing's really been done. Now, according to reports, he still plans on getting this done, but here's the issue that I have. We've had 2 years. We have not heard a single thing from President Biden regarding this $200 per month boost. It's always other lawmakers that are bringing this up. That's it. President Biden, at least based on my recollection, he has never brought this up in the past 2 years. Since he's been elected president, he has never brought up the $200 per month boost. But Democrats have been calling him out to go ahead and pass this. Get this done. What are we waiting for? Now, based on statements from Democrats ever since really the end of February, this is what they said. They said that we had plans to increase the Social Security benefit by $200 per month. However, that was put on the back burner because they needed to provide assistance to Ukraine. That became the priority. And I get it. The United States wanted to step in, wanted to help. Okay. But this is the reason why. The reason why they were going to pass more benefits to Ukraine, or pass funding to Ukraine, instead of giving the Social Security recipients an extra $200 per month, is because, and this is what they're saying, is because a war in Ukraine would increase costs more than the $200 benefits would have helped. Okay, let me read that again. A war in Ukraine would have increased cost more than the $200 per month boost would have helped. So here's the thing, and this is what's interesting about this entire thing, is we are continuing to send money over to Ukraine and weapons, right? We just passed another, $45 billion to go to Ukraine. Okay. So there's still this war, but at the same time, obviously it's costing the American people more money. It's mainly based on food costs and I believe energy costs, and that's really it. Okay, food and energy. Those are big increases. But so that's costing us money, additional money from over a year ago, right? But at the same time, you still don't have a $200 per month boost. So does that technically mean, based off of these statements, that Social Security recipients are behind by $400 per month? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Now, after nothing was done in March, reports indicated that Democrats, they decided that they needed to choose the next priority. Which one is it going to be? Well, the next priority just so happened to be student loan forgiveness. According to the reports, they believe that student loan forgiveness would have been a bigger win than a $200 per month boost. Student loan forgiveness would have been a bigger win, okay, right before the midterm elections. But again, as of today, we still have nothing. This is being held up. Student loan forgiveness is still being held up. Yes, we got the student loan payment pause. This got extended into July, but as far as loan forgiveness, it's not there yet, right? So that's an issue. And then finally, the Social Security increase was discussed right before the midterm elections, because they knew that, okay, student loan forgiveness, it's being fought in the courts, so chances are it's not really going to show as a huge win. Okay, we need to come back. We need to provide more. What can we do? Well, this is where the discussions were. Let's pass the $200 per month boost to Social Security recipients. Again, never heard from President Biden, but this is what lawmakers were discussing. Okay, but ultimately Democrats decided, let's hold off on this one more time. Let's just wait. We are going to win more seats in the Senate. We're going to have more seats in the House. We're going to have full control over Congress and the presidency moving into 2023. No big deal. Well, they decided to hold off on this. And the reason why they decided to hold off, according to the reports, that voters might have thought they were trying to buy votes and vote against them. So they waited. But what it looks like, and again, if it looked like Democrats were trying to buy votes, Republicans would have attempted to tie up legislation on that as well, just like Republicans did with student loan forgiveness. Okay, that brings us to today. Did Democrats get more control over the House? Did they win more seats in the Senate? Well, here's what we know. Yes, Democrats won one additional seat in the Senate. It is now a come January, it is a 51-49 majority for Democrats. They got one extra seat, but they lost the majority in the House. Okay, so with the divided Congress, is there going to be any legislation that passes over the next 2 years? The answer, most likely not. Now, if we do see something pass, it will likely be a major bipartisan bill. It will not be a partisan bill, just because I don't see the House of Representatives, I don't see Republicans putting a bill on the floor. So we're going to see what happens moving forward. But what I can tell you is there's still a lot of talks, a lot of discussions regarding this child tax credit payment, regarding the $200 boost to Social Security recipients, regarding immigration, regarding the debt ceiling. There's still a lot that has to be discussed. But the issue is the discussions are coming up on a year. We've been discussing these things for over a year. And yet, they still can't figure out a way. So, I wish I had better news, but what I can tell you is at least they're having discussions. As we get more information as to what is going on with these discussions, how close we are getting, I promise I will bring you the latest news as soon as we get it. Again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.